Hi everyone, I'm Lisa. Thanks for being here. Today for our practice, we'll use a blanket to start, and we'll also use a strap and potentially, I just think it's always nice to have 2 blocks available. So we are going to start with our blanket rolled up in a way that is comfortable for you to lay on it and long enough so that your head is potentially on it or doesn't hang off so that it's really uncomfortable for you. This blanket is actually really long, so I am gonna see how that works. And we're gonna start on our backs with our knees bent, so just bring your feet down, lay down over, and for this actually, you want to get it the length of your spine and in between your shoulder blades. So I'm going to make this more like a taquito here, so a skinnier little roll. So that I can feel that it's really right up against my spine. My butt is on my mat. And if it's too big of a low back extension, you can always bring your butt up onto the blanket as well. So either your hips are grounded on your mat or on your blanket, but they're not floating in space. And then you can feel that blanket and snuggle it in between your shoulder blades and just rest your hands wherever it's most comfortable for you. If you want, you can take the soles of your feet together, knees apart, or you can do what I'm doing, which is feet slightly apart and knees fall together. And just allow your hips to be heavy and grounded. And really start to focus your awareness and your breath into your upper back. Feel the front of the shoulder heads gently just drape down. There's no holding there, there's no gripping. We want to open the front of the shoulders. Let the chest soften, collarbones, and just release any tension as you close your eyes. And just shift gears here into your practice. Let your brain relax. Give your brain a break. Let your body do the work. You can tailor this practice to what your needs are, what your experience is. Our main focus will be the upper back and the shoulders. Just start to stretch your breath out in a way that works for you. Relax your jaw. And give yourself an opportunity to be here in your body and away from whatever is pulling your thoughts, pulling at your mind. Use your breath to distract yourself, draw yourself inward, and be in your body. Let's take a big breath in through the nose for 3, 2, 1. Out through the mouth, just a sigh. Inhale through the nose for 3, 2, 1. Expand. And exhale, let it go softly. And one more. Inhale. Pause at the top. And exhale. Let it go. On your next inhale, let's extend through the fingertips and reach through the arms. Maybe you can turn your thumbs down, palms face each other, and you can just kind of crawl your arms, get into the sides, kind of reach, just like you're stretching first thing in the morning or after an afternoon nap. And then on our next exhale, turn your palms to face the ceiling and cactus your elbows, glide your shoulder blades. Almost feel that the blanket is right in between the blades and you're squeezing your shoulder blades together and drawing them down. Inhale to reach and stretch, low ribs hug in. Exhale, cactus and glide, squeeze and depress the shoulder blades. And one more, inhale, reach, big breath. Exhale, cactus and glide. This time we're gonna hold. Kick the elbow points up as you imagine you're holding something heavy in the palms of your hands, so the backs of the hands tilt down a little bit. Draw your low ribs in, relax your neck and jaw, and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Just let your hands come to your heart center and soften. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, we're gonna roll off to the left side. Move that blanket out of the way. And as you rolled onto your left hip, we're gonna roll all the way onto our left side. Reach the left arm out so you're on your left shoulder. You can let your head relax down. You're gonna reach the right hand on top, reach it forward and stretch, stretch, stretch. And then reach that right hand, crawl the fingertips up. Watch your fingertips crawl over. And then twist, reach your right fingertips over your right hip, drop your chin into your chest and stretch for a moment through that side of the neck. And then back to your left hand, reach it forward, up and over. We're gonna make a few circles. I want you to find this movement at your pace. You can relax your head down. I'm being careful of the mic path. So I want you to find a relaxed place for your neck. And as you circle that right arm, feel the movement of the shoulder blade. Just reach up and over. Your head can turn with it. You're not being rigid here. You're finding this fluidity. Find some space. Just lubricating into that shoulder joint. And the next time you roll open to the right, stack your knees. Maybe that requires your knees to come up a little higher. And pause in your twist. Take a few breaths here. Feel for gently, as you reach that right arm, you're gonna give that shoulder blade, just kind of squeeze that left shoulder blade a little bit into your back as you reach through the right. Find more space through the front of your chest. Take another deep, full breath in. Exhale, squeeze the knees, come on back to center, center your hips, and we're just gonna roll right onto the right side. So roll onto your right hip, onto your right shoulder. And then you're gonna make this sort of crocodile mouth with your arms left on top. Reach, 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 spread that left shoulder blade as far as you can, and then watch your fingertips crawl up and over as you rotate. For this first one, we're just gonna float the arm over the left hip, drop your chin into your chest, right ear down, and reach, just stretching through the left side of the neck. And then continue with your circles. Just finding some softness, finding some fluidity. Reach and rotate. Feel that through the left shoulder blade, through the left side of the chest. Take your time, just use your breath however it works for you. You can go fast or you can go slow. Try not to be rigid here. Notice what's happening in your neck. Let's take one more circle. Stretch, reach, rotate, and pause here. So find your twist. I like to bring my knees up a little higher, and then I'm gonna anchor them, stack them and anchor them. And then I'm gonna feel that rotation through the left side of my ribs. That left shoulder does not have to touch the floor. You can sort of feel for pressing into your right elbow, pushing the floor away, rotating to the left a little more. Just let it be heavy. Maybe find some more length in the spine. Maybe kick your tailbone back, lift your chest up. Take another breath here. And come on back to center. Squeeze your knees. Come onto your back again and just hug your knees into your chest and rock a little side to side and just feel the broadening across your sacrum, across your low back. And then from here, we're gonna hold our palms onto our knees, like cup your knees, reaching your fingertips down towards your shins. Activate your feet. You might wanna lift your shins up just a little bit. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, press your low back down, lift your chin and your chest, round your spine, and use your knees to pull your arms forward towards straight. Keep drawing the navel in, chin into the chest, protracting your shoulder blades, broadening through the upper back for 3, for 2, and 1. Come all the way down. Take a big breath in. And long breath out. And then you can rock and roll a few times or roll off to one side. We're gonna meet at the top of the mat on hands and knees. And just take a moment here on hands and knees and turn your fingertips to face your knees for a moment. Spread your fingers wide, get your knees under your hips. You can curl the toes under or point, totally your preference. From here, we're gonna do some cat-cows with this position of our hands. So scoop your hips back, elevate the chin and chest, and exhale, curl the tailbone under, push and round. Press the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, scoop the hips back, pull the heart through, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, curl. Flex the spine, protract the shoulder blades. Inhale, heart forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together and down, curl the tail up. Exhale, push and round and squeeze, chin drops. Come back to neutral. Let's turn our hands forward. Turn your fingertips slightly out. So really grab the floor, grab the mat like you're grabbing a rounded surface, and imagine you're twisting your hands out and you're feeling that broaden through the collarbones, feel that in the upper arms, that external rotation, really push and grab. Keep that. Press your hips back towards your heels. I like to curl my toes under. Keep a strong activation through your hands. Keep imagining you're twisting the right to the right, you're twisting the left to the left, and you're feeling that length through the spine. Keep the tailbone curling up, not rounding under. Take a big breath here, inhale. And exhale, shifting forward. Good, let's walk the knees back. Come onto our stomach, set up for Sphinx pose. Hips land and anchor here. Point your toes. And for this Sphinx pose, let's actually interlace or bring your hands to a prayer so that we can press our outer wrists down. Squeeze your glutes to anchor and stabilize through your pelvis. And feel like you're pulling your heart and your hips away from each other. Broaden through the collarbones. Try not to stick your neck out, or stick your chin out rather. Try not to stick your chin out, but keep your head where it is, the neck in line with the rest of the spine. Pull your heart and your sternum forward and breathe for 3. Draw your navel away from the mat for 2. and 1. From here, we're gonna curl the toes under. You may wanna walk your elbows underneath your shoulders a little more and press up into forearm plank. Press down through the outer wrist, pull your heart forward, strong glutes, scoop your hips underneath you. Find that length, activate your feet, your legs, draw your low ribs in. Broaden through the shoulder blades. Take one more breath, inhale. And exhale, come all the way back down, Sphinx pose, inhale. And exhale, set your hands underneath your shoulders, press up hands and knees, push the floor away. This time hips right over the knees. Walk your hands as wide as your mat with that sort of external rotation. So the webbing of my thumb and index are now facing the front of my mat. I'm gonna let my hips curl up, actively press my hands down and drop my head and my chest. Any amount, you can always bring a block underneath your forehead, but you're actively pushing into the hands. You're actively feeling the armpits sort of hollow out. Notice the sensation through the shoulder blades and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Gently come all the way back up. And just find a moment here in your cat-cow or side-to-side movement, whatever works. Rotate, just roll around for a moment. Just want you to feel some gentle freedom to move your body. As you breathe, find space, create space. Just be where you are. Check in. Take another deep breath, whatever you're doing. And we're gonna meet with our strap. So we'll grab our strap and we're gonna, so option A, if this is comfortable for you, toes pose, you can sit curling your toes under, sitting on your heels and sort of feeling like you're clicking the heels together, getting a little bit taller and pressing your big toes down. If this is a not gonna happen situation for you, a couple of options. You can grab the blanket, bringing the blanket behind your knees, and this is gonna bring a little more space behind the knees and give you that freedom. Or, of course, you can always sit on your blocks. You can bring a block between your ankles and sit on your block. So I want you to find that what's comfortable for you. I'm gonna sit in my toes pose and face you. Let's grab our strap, and you're gonna take that strap a little wider than your shoulders, and we're just gonna do some gentle flossing. So gently hug the low ribs in. And the only cueing that I'm gonna give for this is try not to do one at a time like this. Try to do them both at the same time. And you can go as far back and forward as feels appropriate for you, but feel as if you're pulling that strap apart. And make sure you're breathing. My shoulders are super tight, so I'm gonna take a really wide grip on my strap here. But also, the other thing is, sorry, I lied, more than one cue. The other thing is, try to feel that your wrists are not caving in. So just try and lengthen the inner and outer edges of your wrists. Squeeze your shoulder blades, soften your jaw, and just find a little movement here. Keep the breath going, soften your neck. You can go, you can pause in a sort of sticky tight spot. You can move as much as feels good. Just a few more moments, just being here. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's reach it up. Pull that strap apart. I'm gonna shorten my grip just a little bit. So pull it apart, lengthen the inner wrists, take a big inhale, squeeze your glutes, draw your low ribs in, and as much as you can, without moving your head and chin, You're gonna see if you can draw those arms back behind you. We're not back bending. I'm just reaching my arms back behind my ears in a place I can't actually see them. For 3, for 2, and 1, slowly. Hoo la la, release. Hello, shoulders. Let's set this, and maybe you forgot about your toes. Set the strap aside, untuck the toes, and just give them a little tap, 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 tap. Oh yeah. Nice. And from here, we're gonna connect into the upper back more in our down dog. So to set up for your dog, walk your hands slightly ahead and do that sort of external rotation in your hand. So turn your fingertips to face out and imagine you're grabbing a ball here, a rounded surface, pressing the knuckles, the perimeter of your palms down, the knuckles of your palms down. And with this isn't just an alternative hand position that I personally like better because my chest and shoulders are tight. So you're gonna come into your down dog with this hand position. And it might feel a little awkward at first, but just breathe with it for a few moments and just pedal it out, really reach through your arms just like you normally do in your dog, but you're really taking that right hand and isometrically imagine you're turning it to the right. Feel that in your right shoulder blade, left turns to the left, just isometrically feel that. In the left shoulder blade, scoop the hips back, let the neck go, draw the low ribs in, just find a moment, spread your toes. Bend your knees any amount so that you can really push and lengthen through the spine. Keep your left knee bent. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back. Try to keep the hips even. Try to keep the arms equally pressing. Take a big inhale, bend that left knee so you can lift the right heel a little higher. And then exhale, we're gonna step that right foot outside of the right hand. I like to tent my right fingertips, step it as far forward as possible. Drop my left knee down. Of course, you can use blocks underneath your hands here. We're in a lizard lunge, hugging that right hip in and squeezing the left glutes. Elevate the chest, try not to slouch here. So I like to come onto my fingertips. Also, blocks can be helpful. Take a moment, take a breath, really pull the heart forward. Connect to the upper back here as best you can. One more breath, inhale. Half split, keep your hands inside of your right foot. Exhale, scoop the hips back, little softness behind that right knee, dig the right heel down. And pull the heart forward, collarbones forward, chin slightly in, back of the neck long. Take one more breath. Bend your right knee, keep this wide stance, and rise up into your low lunge. Any amount of lunge into it, you can also step out of it a little bit. You can curl or point your back toes, totally up to you. Scoop the hips underneath you, draw your low ribs in, take a big inhale, curl the heart up. Exhale, cactus and squeeze, glide the shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, cactus glide, pull the heart through. And one more, inhale. And exhale, squeeze, tip those elbow points forward just like we did earlier, back of the hands heavy. Tug that right heel back towards you, squeeze your left glutes for 3, for 2, and 1. Release your hands. Step your back foot forward to the top of your mat and take your fold, soften your knees. Let your head go. Keep your feet hips distance. And really push your feet into the floor. Come into your halfway lift. I am going to use a block here, okay, underneath my left hand. So I'm gonna keep my spine long in my halfway lift, keeping my knees bent, and just keep my heart forward. So find this. Scoop the hips back, low ribs in. I'm not sticking my chin out, back of my neck nice and long. I'm feeling the muscles along my low back starting to turn on, the muscles along my spinal column. Good. Now from here, I'm going to keep my left hand down, bend my left knee a little bit, straighten my right knee and rotate open. Reach my right arm up. Inhale. As I exhale, bend my right knee to meet the left, reach my right arm forward, gaze down. Sweep my right arm back, extending the shoulder as far as it'll go, pause, and then bend the left knee, straighten the right as I rotate back up, inhale. Exhale, forward, knees bent, scoop the hips back, gaze down. Extend the shoulder, reach it back, and then rotate open one more time. Reach it forward, bend the knees. Reach it back, extend the shoulder, and rotate up. Bend the left knee, straighten the right, and hold for 3. Push down into the left for 2, and 1. Release the right, soften your knees, drop your head. Inhale, halfway lift, scoop the hips back, heart forward. Exhale, fold, crown of the head releases, hips press up high. Soften your knees, round your spine, push the floor away. Squeeze your glutes, reach out and up as you open and stretch. Exhale, reach your arms out and fold back, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale again, scoop the heart forward, stretch. Exhale, you're gonna bring your hands down, blocks or no blocks. Step your left foot back. Pause, inhale. Reach your right arm up, rotate open, spin all 10 toes to the right, and push the floor away. Scoop that left hip underneath you, squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back. Option to reach the right arm over and breathe for 3. Press into the edges of your feet, strengthen the ankles for 2. And 1. Right hand down, spin forward. Right foot steps back to meet the left, down dog, and come into that same hand position. So turning your hands out and feeling the knuckles of your palms press down, feeling as if you're spinning open the right to the right, the left to the left. Isometrically. Keep it active. Let the neck go. Bend the right knee slightly more. Reach your left leg up, kick through that left heel, and then notice if one of your elbows starts bending. Push and reach equally through your arms. Bend the right knee a little deeper. Reach that left leg up, inhale. Exhale, you're gonna tent your left fingertips or hand to a block. Step your left foot outside of your left hand and bring your right knee down. Tent your fingertips, elevate your chest, elevate your chin, press down into your left foot, dig that heel down, draw it back. Press down into your right knee, hug it forward, squeeze through the midline, and breathe for 3. For 2. And 1, shift back, half split. Just keep your hands inside of your left foot. Scoop your hips back, heart forward. Space across the collarbone, soften behind the left knee. Pull the left toes back. Fine lengthen the spine. Come on back forward, bend your left knee. You can keep this wide stance or you can shorten it if you like. Push the floor away. Lift up and out of your low back. Try not to drop into your hips. Try and pull yourself out of it. Scoop your hips under so you feel that in the front of the right hip. Reach your arms up when you're ready. Find space without straining in your low back or your neck. Take a big breath in. Cactus, exhale, glide the shoulder blades. Inhale, sweep it up. Cactus and glide. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Hold. Tip the elbow points forward, back of the hands heavy for 3. For 2. 1, hands release. Down. Step your back foot forward, feet about hips distance, grab those blocks. Soften your knees, inhale, scoop the hips back, chest forward. Keep that length, keep the right side of your chest lifted, bend your right knee, left leg straight, and rotate open. Take a moment, right shoulder hugs back, just kind of reach those right collarbones a little towards the left. And then from here, left arm forward, knees bent, chin to chest. Extend the left arm, reach it back as far as it'll go. And then rotate back open. Reach it forward. Extend the shoulder, reach it back, pause, don't go super fast, and then rotate. One more time, reach it forward, reach it back, rotate and hold for 3, reach and rotate for 2, and 1, gently release. Soften the knees and hang here. Inhale, halfway, collarbones forward, tailbone reaches back. Exhale, fold, release your head, round your spine. Come all the way up, squeeze your glutes, rotate and reach, big old wide circle. Exhale, reverse that circle and come right back down. Inhale, lengthen. Hands down, you're gonna step that right foot back. Pause, inhale, find space. Right hand down, spin all 10 toes to the left. Scoop that right hip under, press into the pinky toe edges of your feet, and then feel the shoulder blades hug together onto the back. Maybe reach. Push the floor away for 3. For 2, strong ankles. And 1 left hand down, spin forward, inhale. Down dog, step it back. Exhale. Lift your heels, curl yourself round, 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 forward into plank. Push the floor away. And exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, Sphinx pose. Pull your heart forward, anchor your hips. Exhale, forearm plank. Up. Curl the hips under, strong legs and glutes, chest forward, push down into the outer wrists, inhale. Exhale, Sphinx pose. Pull the chest forward, draw the heart through. Take another deep breath. Exhale, hands underneath your shoulders, press up, hands and knees, push the floor away. And let's find hips to heels, child's pose, pause. Reaching your arms forward, take another breath, just find length. And from here, we're gonna come forward to hands and knees and find your way into a seat. You can always sit on your, I'm gonna sit this way so you guys can see me, but you can always sit on your block if you want. But from here, we're just gonna sit up nice and tall for a moment, or blanket. You can sit on your blanket too. Walk your hands behind you a little bit. Notice what happens in your shoulders. Walk your hands behind you a little bit more, palms flat. Notice my fingers are turned out towards the edges of my mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, push into the hands, and lift the chest. Take a few breaths here, really activate the back of the shoulders. Shoulder blades, long neck. Walk your hands back even further. Push away. Fingertips out, squeeze the shoulder blades together. The front of the shoulder heads wrapping back and away from the chest. And then walk your hands as far as you can. If you want, you can stretch your legs straight for Dandasana legs. Pressing your thighs and heels down, walk your hands as far away as you can, and then bend your elbows and hug them in. Bend your elbows, squeeze them in, low ribs in. Feel that in the upper back. Take a moment for 3, for 2, and 1. Just walk them back in. Find a comfortable seat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, we're gonna take eagle arms, right under left. Hug the forearms together. Inhale to elevate and lift. And exhale, curl and round. Now we're doing the opposite. We're broadening the shoulder blades. Soften your neck. Just be here for 3. For 2. And 1, lift up, unwind, cactus. Inhale, open the chest. And then switch, exhale, right on top of left this time. Hug the forearms together, inhale to elevate. Exhale, curl and round, hollow out. Breathe for 3. 2. And 1, again, inhale, open. Expand, cactus, squeeze, lift. And exhale, hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Just observe how it feels. Exhale it out. Come onto your back. We're gonna set up for bridge pose. So on your back, you're gonna take a moment to walk your feet in. And for this bridge pose, I'm gonna ask you to bring your elbows by your ribs, and like you have these little robot arms. And start to press the back of your arms down, your elbows down, and feel that makes it easier for the shoulder blades to walk together and down. Not the shoulder heads, they stay here. We don't want to shrug the shoulders, but alternatively, we don't want to pull them so far down that our throat gets, closed off. So keep the front of your throat open, back of your neck nice and open, no strain there. You can, whenever you're in bridge pose, when you come up, you should be able to talk or sing freely. That's always the test. So take an inhale to prepare. Squeeze your glutes, press your arms. Exhale to lift. Tug your heels back towards your hips. And again, make sure you can walk your shoulder blades and your shoulders underneath you, but you're not compressing in your throat or your neck. You have freedom to speak, and you're feeling the stabilization of the pelvis by the strong glutes. Core stabilizes the low back. Push the floor away. Just find some space here, but feel that your upper back is working for you. Take another breath. And slowly let it go. Take a moment on your back. You can even walk your shoulders out from underneath you. One more bridge with these robot arms. Plant the arms down. Walk your shoulder blades in. Press the floor away. Squeeze your glutes. Lift your hips. Find length. Try not to lay in your low back. Make sure your neck and throat have freedom. Feel really strong through the front of the thighs, the back of the thighs. Freedom through the low back. No strain. Freedom to breathe openly without strain. Press your heels down. Make this really active. Give your heels a tug back towards your hips. Press your arms down. Slide your shoulder blades down. Take another breath. And exhale. Come on down. And just release your shoulders. Release your arms out. Walk your feet apart. Let your knees fall in. Take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Again, in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. One more, in through the nose. And exhale, let it go. Take a few easy windshield wipers. Just start to swish side to side. Rock your hips. As you rock your knees off to the right, squeeze your left glutes, pressing the front of that left hip forward. Find more length and space in the whole back body. And do the same as you drop your knees to the left. Squeeze your right glutes, lengthen and press, opening the front of that right hip. And take your time doing this a few more times on each side, and just allow your upper body to be like a little rag doll, just kind of going along with the movement of the lower body. Good. Just come on to your back in neutral here. And then everyone bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart, Supta Baddha Konasana. Always welcome to slide some blocks underneath your knees or thighs. Press the soles of your feet together. Use your hands in any way that helps you to really be comfortable here. Soften your neck, soften your shoulders, front of your chest, throat, eyes, jaw. Just take a few really cleansing breaths here. Just deep, and coming back to that steady, full place, just that moment of stillness, just to be, observe the energy shift. Let's take one more breath here. Use your hands to gently guide your knees back. Hug your knees gently in, maybe keep them split apart, or you can squeeze them together. Allow your tailbone to curl up, rounding the spine. Check in. Notice any new space maybe that you might feel through your shoulders. Take another breath. Exhale, release. And you can grab any props here. You can slide a blanket underneath your knees. I want you to find just the most comfortable place for you to be in this moment. You could do legs up the wall. If there's a chair, couch nearby, you can swing your legs up the couch. A resting position that allows you to really let go of any distractions in your body. Really allow your body to just be, let your breath be. Let go of any idea of control that you might have in this moment. Give yourself the space and the time. I know sometimes it's really hard to be still, but it's so important to protect our brains. We do all these things to protect our bodies. You know, we wear masks and we're washing our hands, but what are you doing to protect your brain? These moments of stillness, of breathing, of shutting down technology or news. You need technology to watch this class. You know what I mean. Just be here. Give yourself the time to rest. You deserve it. Take it for yourself. Take as long as you can in your Shavasana. It's been an honor and a joy to be here with you today. Thank you for letting me guide you wherever you are until we meet again. Namaste.